Hello everyone. So I got a question from Laura that she needed help with the shading. So today I'm making one video that is very basics of shading. We will go more in details as we go on. So I just wanted to show you guys how to do the shading with using two colors, the pencil colors, and I hope this helps. And if you want me to make video on anything else that is related to the coloring, please leave a comment below and I will surely make a video on that. So for today's coloring exercise, shading exercise, we are going to use two brands of color just to show you different effects. So this is Prismacolor pencils and this one is Crayola brand. I'm going to write the spelling on the top so that in case you don't know, you will you can read the details on the top. So here I did with the Crayola and the Prismacolor. So there is always going to be little bit difference working with different brands. So you just have to use the pencil little bit and always all the basic of coloring is same, so you can apply with any brand or anything you are using, either paint or anything. So basics are always same, so just apply the same concepts that you learn and just try and see how it works with the different kind of pencils wherever you are, so whichever brand you use. So I'm using both separately because I want to show you the thing that basically changes with each brand. So let me start with the Crayola brand pencil, and this today we are just going to see how to blend two colors together, the simple basic shading, blending two colors together. So I'm going to start the above area with little bit darker shade. So I'm doing very lightly, just filling half with the dark, and then I'm going to take the Crayola brand and the other half I'm going to fill it in with the light. Now I'm going to go back and forth and keep doing the process very lightly until I finish, until I cover the whole surface basically. Sorry, my camera is moving. It's not stable, I think. So you keep going back and forth. As you can see, there is a little gradient. You can already see that is happening there. So every time you go, you just put a little bit more pressure and try to cover all the grains of the paper that is available, that is visible, sorry, by putting a little bit more pressure. So it all depends what kind of shading you are planning to do. You can actually leave it as it is, or if you want to just give an effect like this where you just want everything to be blended close together, you can do that also. So for doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lighter color and now I'm going to press really hard and just cover everything in. This is basically called burnishing, this thing, because after that you won't be able to go over the color again because it will seal the colors together. I'm doing the same thing with the darker shade, and then I'm going to take the light color again and go everywhere, go on top of everything. So if you see, now it's nice and blended and you won't be able to see any lines. So same thing, I'm going to try it with the Prismacolor and I'm going to show you that what is the difference basically in these two. So I'm going to same way start from the darker shade on the top, and I didn't have the lighter shade of the green, so I just took another shade of green because I have the 12 pack of the Prismacolor, not the full pack. So the same concept we are doing, we are going very light and we are creating layers on top of each other. Keep creating the layers So this is not a drawing paper. I just had this coloring book lying around, so I thought I'll just show you in that, because in case you don't have the thick drawing paper, you can actually use this is just a normal paper. It's not very thick, so you can try this technique on any paper you have. So if you see this Prismacolor have little bit softer wax, so that's why it's very hard for me to cover all the surface using the pencil itself. So it still shows lot of paper, and if I want to go over it, I usually don't use the Prismacolor to press hard and go over it, because it has a very soft wax and it usually breaks. So it all depends. There are no rules. I don't follow any rules. I make my own rules. So you can actually, what I do is, if I don't want this kind of effect where the paper is showing, I can take the Crayola pencil, because this is not that soft, and I go over it with that, and I do the same burnishing. That means basically I'm pressing hard to cover all the surface, and then I'm going to take the Crayola brand dark green, and I'm going to go over it like that. So I could have done the same thing with the Crayola, but why I use sometimes Prisma, because the colors are much more bright and much more beautiful. If you see the difference between these two itself, that's why I like Prisma colors in that sense. So yeah, so this is how you will shade with using only two colors. And I hope this was helpful, and if you want me to show any other techniques and you want to learn something else regarding coloring, please leave a comment below, and I promise I'll make a video on that. And I hope this helped.